because the reality is the guidelines from a mortgage standpoint allow people to buy more than they probably should. So my number one priority, and I've talked about this on other episodes, is I always have a consultation with clients up front to go through and say, hey, what's your comfort level? But it really matters what you're comfortable with from a monthly payment standpoint.
Definitely.
And a lot of times we can get people qualified for way more than what they're comfortable with. And that's not where my heart lies. It seems like there's a massive magnifying glass on interest rates. The reality is interest rates aren't that bad. But grand scheme of things is there's just a lot of expenses that I would encourage people to evaluate before they make their house decision. But what I have to encourage clients to look at is when you're looking at a mortgage is how much does it cost you to borrow that money? You're still borrowing that money. And I think that these longer term mortgages, and I look at it in a similar light to what's going on with student loans right now and this whole forgiveness thing, it's kind of skewing people's perspective of why and how you borrow money. And I think with forgiving student loans and expanding terms on mortgages, it's just skewing people's thoughts of whether you actually have to pay that money back or not. I've always been raised of like, if you borrow money from anybody, whether it's a person, a friend, a bank, whatever, you pay that back, right? Like that is money that you owe someone.
Yeah.
I just don't want these longer term mortgages to skew people's perspective of that and think that like you just never have to pay this back. But on the flip side, when looking at a 50-year mortgage, you have to remember that the odds of keeping that mortgage for 50 years is very, very slim. The average lifespan of a mortgage, regardless of term, is between 3 and 7 years.
To know, like, yes, they pre-approved you for this, but what's that look like for your monthly payment? Are you comfortable with that? I mean, anyone could be pre-approved up to $750, but you might only be comfortable with that $500,000 house.